Welcome back to another video on Gran Turismo Sport. This one, daily racing, daily race C for the whole week. We have stopped doing the FIA races for now and focusing on getting some sweet farming DR. And a lot of races this week and a lot of close ones at that. So 11 laps on the hards, Interlagos, and choose your favourite car really. So lap 2 in this one, and Tatsu very quick in the Viper and driving extremely clean and close to GTP Mac SQ, who set a pretty fast time on the top 10 board for this one. So Porsche versus the Viper, and the FATFURBY myself taking the Rexy out for a little run, trying to save those tyres. GTP defending and defending well. And Tatsu is going to have to hang in behind again. A lot of fast Japanese drivers in this race for the whole week. So we skip on to lap 5, and Tatsu trying to get around, and a bit of a brake lock up there as he runs into the back of GTP, and I run into him. Quick flash of the lights to say sorry, but it was a little bit of a bumping effect there, so no harm done in that. But this is where it gets a little interesting. So Tatsu gets the inside, takes the lead, nice and clean. But this is showing you what an A+ driver GTP is capable of doing, and still dumbfounded as to why you would just punt somebody off. And Tatsu, unfortunately, as he came back onto the track, took out the Furby. And I was pretty much just shaking my head at that one. So A+ drivers still can be slapperoonies, I guess. So on to the next race. And we have CSTBFO Maxmayhem in as well. And Hart, being from Japan, who is a very quick driver. So into the McLaren. this was a very good car to drive as Max lurches behind Furby up on the inside, makes it stick, and more close, hard racing even between friends and teammates. And the McLaren on the straight was just an absolute animal. Did get a little tricky in the corners, and we return the favour right back to Maxmayhem on the inside. And Heartbeing getting a good run off as well, driving very well in the Toyota. So plenty of races in the McLaren, and plenty of times we did make a few mistakes and come off track, and when that happened it was pretty much a race over. And another beautiful inside move. Trying to get it to stick. As Max is looking to see where everybody is, and we dive cleanly on the inside. And so many great races this week with fellow CSTBFO drivers, a ton of Japanese drivers. And some local Aussies as well. Last lap as we mow the dirt just a little bit, and that is going to make it a little harder to turn. Maxmayhem holding off, Heartbeing super close, but the McLaren is gonna have the legs, especially in the slipstream of another McLaren. And plenty more races after that one with Maxmayhem, who pretty much got the better of us most of the time. Another day, another race, and it is the super quick ERT Danny Racing and Road Rash as well. And CSTBFO Jad starting from 6th. And what a week CSTBFO Jad has had. Pretty quick qualifier in the mid-138s. Starting 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th on the grid. So up the front at least, and focusing on smooth, clean races, even if the unthinkable would happen. which was getting punted off. So Jad, 48,000 DR at the start of this daily race week, and as of yesterday, 61,000 DR. That is a huge leap, and a lot of hard, clean racing, so well done, mate. As Jad looks up on the inside, and Man United having troubles remembering where the brake pedal is and totally taking out Jad. So Jad into 7th, but this race is going to show you what happens when you just put your head back in the game and get the best possible result you can. So Road Rash holding off Danny, but Danny sneaking up on the inside, and it is almost like the cat has been let out of the bag, and Road Rash is going to do his best to reel in the Danny Racing. Jad in 7th still, looking to settle in and chase down Man United. Road Rash back out in front, lap 5, and Furby, myself, we're going to try an outside move, scare Danny Racing just a little bit, as I have been looking at the back of Danny Racing for far too many races, and don't really like looking at the back of Max Verstappen's face all the time. Jad on the hunt. So 2 more drivers in front to get up behind his teammate. And that is exactly what Jad does. So let's recap that one. He was punted and was stuck back into 7th and 8th. And he has climbed his way back. Beautiful driving. And gets a much better run. And is going to just cross the line in front of Furby. And a well-deserved 3rd place there, Road Rash. Good drive in the McLaren. And we are happy with 4th. Just wearing the tyres out a little bit too much. And another race. This was probably the best race for a while that we've had. I will chuck a link up now to Inxile's YouTube channel where you can watch the whole thing from his in-car view. So MG Hook, myself, and we've been struggling a little bit with the wrecks, trying to keep up with MG Hook. And Inxile was streaming this one live as well, as he himself was on the quest for 60k and extremely close. So another week of hard racing with MG Hook. Sneaky move there. Bit of a tap on Inxile, but all is still good between everyone. And we sit in behind Inxile. We're going to try and save the tyres a bit more of the Rex. As we were cooking them a fair bit too early. So if we could get to lap 5 or 6 pretty smoothly, we were able to increase the pace a little. So we get the move done on Inxile, and the Rexy will slowly pull in the Renault. So lap 5, and the pace is on, and we don't want to try and fight too much. We want to try and save those tyres for sure. End of lap 5, and the Rexy, we've just got too much power for the Renault. And the Renault definitely shines through the corners. Inxile holding on. And this is about when the Toyota will come to life halfway through the race. And the Toyota's tyres just really start to stick. Which is where Jad was making up a lot of his time as well. So MG Hook right behind us, and the FATFURBY, we are starting to get a little nervous. Sweaty hands, sweaty feet. Inxile, he just will not quit. And a very nice entry and exit. A lot of speed can be gained. Lap 8, it's gonna start getting really serious now. MG Hook up on the inside. Inxile having to ease off as to not ram into the Furbs. And we're going to run a little wide and try and hold the inside again. And Inxile, nowhere to go. So as long as the Toyota can stick in behind the Rexy, we can still tow Inxile along. MG Hook is just running for his life on the straight. He knows the Renault is pretty slow on the straight, as he gets it drifting a little sideways, and that is going to allow me and Inxile to get right behind again. And we've definitely done a better job on the tyre wear, so we are going to try and throw it up the inside. And the Rexy is starting to stick well too. So 9 laps so far of damn close racing, and I'm sure that all three of us were getting nervous and sweaty. But great to see that you can have these close races, giving plenty of room. And we are gonna kind of hang MG Hook out to dry here. We know Inxile's on the inside, so we move over to the left to help him get the tow. And I know that Inxile was hoping that we would do that for him. And don't worry, mate, we will look after you. But that's not to say that MG Hook is going to just disappear, because he is absolutely flying. And another little tap there, but definitely not intentional. So 1 lap to go almost, and we are really fighting hard to keep the lead. And Inxile definitely having the better tyre wear than all three of us, as we get more dirt on the tyres. The Rexy should have enough pace to hold off the Toyota on the straight. So final lap, can MG Hook pull out some magic? He has absolutely been blitzing this week in Daily Race C, as well as our new teammate, CSTBFO Phonon, the good old Dr. Phonon. And a lot of the CSTBFO drivers were out on the farm. So, not too many corners left. Hanging on for dear life. Can we get it to stick? Rexy still has good acceleration, but we are struggling to hang on to those corners. And Inxile on the inside has a much better run, and we are just praying that the Rexy can power away, and this is one of the closest finishes between all three. Fantastic racing, and these are the races. This whole week has been awesome racing, which outweighs all the bad, crappy races you can have. And another race. We have a few of the CSTBFO drivers on, and we will count it as 4, as Elderman, FATFURBY, Jad and Dr. Phonon as well. Sylph, the Japanese driver, in 3rd. Had some great races, but Dr. Phonon in the Renault had absolutely been destroying us all week. And no idea where that fella was going. Probably scared of the blue Renault. Another driver up into 60k. Dr. Phonon, well done, mate. And sticks the inside on Sylph. The Renault really is on rails around the corners, and the Doctor will be hunting down the rest of us. But it is the Elderman who is creeping already up to 50,000 and driving extremely well. But FATFURBY, myself and Jad will still fight for this one. As we poke our nose up in front to say, "G'day, buddy." Lap 7, and we finally make the move onto Elderman. But those 2 yellow Toyotas are going to chase us down pretty quickly, as well as Phonon in the Renault, absolutely flying. Jad driving extremely well with a great livery of the American Spirit. So it is CSTBFO 1, 2, 3 and 4. as we head on to lap 10. And Elderman is going to chuck it on the inside. And the Rexy is stuck between a Toyota sandwich and the cleanup crew. Dr. Phonon is going to start unleashing that Renault. Bit of a brake lock up there from Phonon. Elderman running wide. Everybody bunching up. And we get the jump on Elderman. So much close, clean racing all week, and everyone doing a bit of Tokyo drift. And the Renault just isn't going to have the power on the slipstream, but well driven. Dr. Phonon and Jad side by side. He's just going to take it. So thank you for watching. We are no longer Daddy Sim Racer, we are just the Fat Furby to streamline everything. So until next time, we will see you all on the track.